Alright, so you were checking out the Cine X2 from LDARC. This is another 2-inch micro Cinewhoop. Pretty similar specs to the C85 I reviewed a couple days ago. Different motors, different prop guard setup here. So this is kind of similar to the Micron 2 from HOM FPV with the inverted motors and the prop guards kind of holding the motor on. So the motors are different here. These are 1302s. Yeah, they're upside down here. 1302s, 5500 kV. Yeah, right there. And Gemfan 3-bladed 2023 props. You got all these prop guards on the bottom as well. So there's a little piece here that actually protects the bottom in case you land on something, obviously on the side and also on the top. Carbon plates on the bottom and the top here. Little plate here protecting the flight controller, which is a 25 amp all-in-one. I'm not exactly sure if it's a standard 25 by 25 or not. It's hard to see, and I didn't really take it apart. They do have the USB port broken out here on the side, so a lot of these Cinewhoops are hard to access the USB port, but no problem on this one here. But I think the flight controller is pretty basic. It's 25 amp BLS F411 target, so nothing really unusual there. 2 yards, I think. Vista is here on the top section, which is interesting, and they actually have this little extra carbon plate here for the battery that's broken off. So you have access to the USB port for the updates for the Vista. Not sure if I really like this because the battery does kind of hang off here. It is a forward and backwards battery setup here, and it's not really that easy to do a sideways battery because there's no slots here. It's kind of like you can't get the battery strapped through here. I did try to do that, but it didn't really work out. But you kind of need the battery to hang off the back here a little bit more to balance the naked GoPro if you're going to use that. And this particular version here has the digital setup with the DJI Vista with the Nebula Nano camera, and this is for naked GoPros. Now there's an analog version as well as a version that has a split style camera. I forget which one it is. I didn't even look at the other two that are available. You can check out those. I'll link them down below if you want to check those out. But this review is strictly on this version here. The weights and everything, I think the setups are all a bit different, although the frame style is pretty much the same. Now this little mount here, they sent that along, but I believe this is an extra purchase. I think it's about $10 to get this one. Obviously, you can download ones off of Thingiverse, I'm sure, and print them yourself, or have someone print one for you. But if you want to buy the one that you see here in the video, I think it's like $10 as a separate purchase. Okay, so let me just show you how much this weighs without anything on it. No battery, no camera. 131 grams. This is actually heavier than the iFlight that I reviewed a couple of days ago. I think that was like 117 grams. So, it is very heavy for a 2-inch. It is designed to be run on 4S based on the KV 5500 kV. You can run it on 3S. It doesn't really fly that great on 3S. I tried and I gave up pretty quick. So I recommend a 4S. I did a 4S 450. And with that, it's 185 grams. Also ran it with a 4S 650. This one from Race Day Quads. And with that, it's 191 grams. So with the 4S 450 and then the naked GoPro plus the power cable that I used. So this is now coming in at 214 grams. So I think it's about 14 grams more than the iFlight setup. All up weight on a 4S 450. And this, I think because it's only a 1302 motor and it's a little bit less efficient, so you get less flight time on the 450. I was only getting about 3 minutes. So if you want to get closer to 4 minutes, you got to go with the 650. And that weighs altogether 221 grams. So the 1302 does seem to be a little bit underpowered compared to the 1303 motor. I think additionally the lower stator, only being 2 millimeters, also makes it a little bit less efficient. So I think the 1303 motor would be better on this 2-inch setup, especially because it weighs so much. But I think there's a lot of places where you can probably get rid of some weight. I'm thinking, you could probably get rid of this part here. You can see this bottom part you can get rid of here, as well as this extra screw. Open this up here. There's a lot of screws. I'm not sure if all of them are needed necessarily. You could probably find ways to reduce the weight there. I'm thinking you can possibly even get rid of the top plate here and then maybe run your battery strap through here and just run it all the way across, or run it on this basically in the back part of the quad, which will balance out the front part with the camera. I think that might be better. So I don't know. I mean, I haven't really thought of it that much, but there's probably little places you can shave a little bit of weight off here and there, because it does fly pretty heavy. I know, and for Cinewhoop it's fine because you're not really doing a lot of acro moves or anything like that. You're just kind of flying slow, which is fine for that. It's just that a little disappointed with the efficiency. It could be more efficient, but I think a 1303 motor would give you that. You just have to carry more battery on with this 650. Now, granted, my batteries are old. They have a lot of flights on them. If you have newer batteries, you're probably going to get better results, better flight time than I did. I really need to go out and spend some money and get some more batteries. But yeah, just having to save up for that. I've been spending money on other stuff lately. But yeah, just keep in mind you probably want higher quality batteries, and newer batteries are going to perform better on this setup. It's a little more amp hungry because it is pretty heavy. But if you're looking for something of this style, maybe you're not sure about the Micron 2. That one's also 2-inch. Had 1104 motors, I believe. So they kind of went a different way there with a taller stator and not as wide. But again, that also suffers from a lot of weight and inefficiencies from the motor. I'm not really sure where the best motor within the 2-inch would be. If you guys know, let me know down in the comments for this particular weight. Maybe a 1204 or 1203 motor might be better than the 1303. I'm still thinking 1303 is going to be best, but I think I'd do that, change the motor, and then also shave the weight off as well. Anyway, I'll have links to this down in the description. I think it's currently only on sale and in stock at AliExpress. Should be available at Banggood in a few weeks. I'm not exactly sure when. Right now, pretty much all the new stuff or anything out there that is coming off the market has some issues with the current shortages in IC chips. So all the suppliers, all the manufacturers are having the same problem. So whether or not things are going to be in stock, I know a lot of you guys are asking me that question lately. And to be totally honest, I'm not 100% sure myself. Getting a lot of mixed signals. I don't think these guys, the manufacturers, really know themselves because the supply chain is really messed up right now. So yeah, if you're in the market for anything in particular and you see it in stock somewhere at a store you like, you probably ought to jump on it sooner than later, because I'm thinking that this shortage in IC chips is going to affect a lot of things in the supply chain, everything from flight controllers to ESCs to the Vista here, cameras, pretty much everything. So you should be aware of that. And I don't know how long that's going to last. So anyway, as I get more information, I'll update you guys. Let me know if you have any questions about this particular model, and let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. And I'll talk to you guys in the next video.